You can. You are approach. You can. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah. How are you
I'm very fine.
doing? Where are you streaming from, sir?
I'm streaming from Nigeria. Please, I'm actually sorry.
I'm streaming from Ogun State.
Okay, AY Fraud,
What I
please.
mean on the comments is that can I help moderate your live stream so that more viewers can join? They should come and
Can you
clap for
can you hear me? Can you hear me, AY Fraud?
Go and engage your video, like and comment. And you said you are
Yes, we can hear you.
No, I'm not talking to you people. I'm live on TikTok. So someone wants to moderate the live for me. So I'm trying to tell him that I'm having a program so that he can do his thing while I do mine here. He's talking to me. That's why I'm trying to get his attention. Can you hear me? I'm I'm having a program, right? I've already brought you up in the box so you can do your thing. I hope it's okay, right?
Okay, which program is that? Which program?
Okay, it's a program of Janine. It's a Janine Love. We do it every Wednesday. It's a program of global clusters. I don't know if you have heard of it. If you have not heard of it, just drop me a message. I can give you every link. It's a free platform where we discuss about. Can you hear me? We discuss about everything, and it's fat a platform for technocrats, upcoming technocrats, businessmen, entrepreneurs, upcoming entrepreneurs. There are different things, but because I'm having a program, I'm not going to explain everything now. That's why I said you drop me a message. And for those joining,
You can follow me back.
I'll follow you definitely. I'll follow you now. If you are just joining, this is our program we have every Wednesdays. You can drop me a comment or possibly a message so that I can reach out to you after this program and tell you how you can join. All right. So I will be starting now. Why I'm doing this is because I won't be replying messages here again. I have to focus here because of the program. So thank you so much.
All right, you can follow me back there.
I will. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. I'll follow you
All
back.
right, sir.
All right.
Maybe I will have that.
So good evening, everyone. First of all, I want to appreciate the global president of Global Clusters and Sparks Hub, the person of Ambassador Adekule Badmos. I want to appreciate you, Master Genie. I want to appreciate in a very special way other people that are not here that we respect every day, common life because of what they do behind the scene. I want to talk about the first lady of the global clusters and the person of Mrs. Mutua Badmos. I want to also acknowledge the 001, the name of revolution, boss lady. I'm up there. I know Jose Fares is not here. Maybe there is one or two things keeping him. I want to recognize you in a very special way, Master Jimmy. So today we are going to look at. I'm so sorry we are starting late. I had a lot of issues, but we always find our way after everything. At the end of issues, starting this life, I clicked on this kindness and the love revolution. It brought a lot of stories for me. I thought that it was error. I had to off my system and on it before I could find myself here. So today we're going to look at red flags we ignore in relationships just to keep peace, and then how to handle them better. Red flags we ignore in relationships just for us to have peace, things we ignore to avoid problem, and how better we can handle them. This is not just about dating, it's not just about marriage, it's also about relationship we have in our society, in our churches, in our community, in our workplace. So, and every single thing we're going to discuss today, you can relate them wherever. During this, all the things I've discussed, you can relate them with church, you can relate them with society, relate them with your community, your organizations, and every other places. So it's applicable. That's what I'm trying to say. So there's so many of them, but we're going to look at only 5. And then we want you, whether you're from TikTok or you're from Sparks Hub, because we are live on Sparks Hub, you can, make your own input. You can ask questions. Yes, I attend to people. Once you ask questions, I'm going to answer them. Yes, then you can also make your own submission regarding what we discussed. Yeah. But first of all, there's this particular question I will ask. I believe it's going to help us understand this better. Why do we ignore some red flags? Why? Most times, it's not as if we don't see them. It's not as if we don't know that these are red flags. But because we don't want it to be issue. That's why we are seeing them. It's glaring, but you don't want to raise dust. Maybe we're not ready to tackle any issue or resolve any issue. Mostly because we're not ready for it or we don't want problem. But ignoring them, does it solve the problem? The answer is no. It doesn't solve the problem because it's just like a terminal illness. If you are having them and you decide not to treat them, or for those ones that you cannot treat completely, you decide not to manage them, they will continue to get worse. Most terminal illnesses are progressive diseases. They are progressive and degenerating. For example, if you don't treat them, even if you are treating them, they will still continue to get worse. The only thing is that if you are treating them, the rate at which they get worse will be very minimal compared to when you are not treating them. For example, hypertension. If you are taking all your medication, I don't know if all of you can hear me. If you can hear me, just drop a comment.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Thank you. For example, hypertension. If you treat hypertension, you're going to live longer, right? You're going to live longer. If you take on medication, you observe things they tell you to observe, do some mild exercise, try to sleep more, try not to eat some kind of food, try not to drink alcohol too much, try not to get upset or find yourself environment, try to make yourself happy. All these are the things you have to do to help yourself. And when you do them, you see that the case will be, the sickness will not be hard on you. You're going to be able to live longer. Compared to someone that is not doing any of this, the person will die faster. The person will die faster. The person will have just one major crisis is enough to finish the person. So this is relatable to red flags in relationships. This is relatable to red flags in relationships. They are there. Whether you choose to handle them or ignore them is up to you. But if you choose to handle them, it doesn't mean everything will just happen magically be good. No. But you will start having good experience. Even if you're not going to have a good experience, who has the mic on? Is really distracting. So even if the relationship does not continue, you will be better off as a person. But if it continues, you're going to have a better experience compared to when you're ignoring it. So the more you ignore your red flags, the more you're building up problem, the more that relationship degenerates, the more it continues to die until the day it dies. It doesn't matter if he's in dating, it doesn't matter if he's in marriage, it doesn't matter even if he's in the workplace, they're all the same. The way you interact with your staff, you saw a red flag because you don't want them to feel bad, because you don't want them to leave you. Maybe they will leave your establishment. No, it's very, very difficult these days to find staff, especially if you are running a small or medium scale enterprise. It's very difficult because how much are you even paying them? So most times you will pamper some people to avoid them getting upset, you see red flag, you see certain things, you be like, if I say this thing, no, they are going to leave me. This is how the other person left me. You will say, okay, let me keep quiet. What I'm saying today is that it is wrong. We are not helping the situation. You allow it degenerate to the point that you can't even handle it. Or it can even affect your business in the case of business. In case of marriage, in case of dating, it's going to affect it. Surely get to a point where nothing can be done again. So let's look at the 5 of them. We're going to be very quick with them. Number 1 is poor communication. Poor communication. I know we've talked about poor communication as a topic here last year. We discussed poor communication as a topic. Yeah, we touched at so many things. We discussed the fact that communication is when information gets from the giver to the receiver. Yeah, we talked about the fact that no matter how much you speak, it don't matter how good you are in speaking, no matter how much you know, once the information you think you're passing does not get to the receiver, that you have not communicated. Yes. In case of dating, yeah, you may say, okay, fine. I'm not feeling good with this person, maybe your girlfriend or your man or your boyfriend. Be like, I'm not feeling very good with this person. Yes, but I think things is gonna be well with time. This is what you're thinking in your head. You don't really know why they're acting the way they are acting. You don't even know why they are reacting, if they are reacting. But within yourself, you're saying, okay, fine. With time, things are going to be well. You're assuming that whatever that the problem is will get to be resolved with time. This is a poor way of communicating. What are you supposed to do? You have to reach out to them, find out whatever the problem is. Even if they don't tell you, it's still an answer. Yes, even if they don't respond to you at all, you see an answer. It makes you understand how deep the situation has gone. You use another approach. But if you say, okay, fine, they are acting weird, all the things you are seeing are not the ones you expected. Oh, fine. Let's say things are gonna settle with time, or let me even assume that they are passing through something and they want to, they need some time. It is fine. It's possible they're passing through something, but definitely you should be able to know what they're passing through. Find out. Let them be the one to tell you with their mouth that, oh, I'm going through something. I need some time. This is what I'm. It's far better than keeping quiet and assuming that's what they're going through. Because at the end of the day, you might be charged with negligence. Yes, they may tell you things like, oh, all this while you saw me behaving this way. What did you do? What did you do? So, poor communication is not good. Don't assume things. Find out. When things are not going well, find out. You need to find out. Even if they are not responding, it's also a response. They'll give you idea on what next to do and how else to tackle it. So this is the first red flag. Most times we ignore it because we don't want issues to come out. We don't want issues to come out. Maybe you woke up. Let me even use a marriage example. Your wife woke up in the morning, and then you know that you normally get things ready, possibly even if she's going to work, she's going to hug you or peck you or then move down to move out to work. But you didn't see all those things. You didn't see all those things. And all of a sudden, or maybe you just assume that, oh, she didn't wake up very well today. It could be the case. Then when she came back from work, you didn't bother telling her. You didn't bother telling her, oh, I didn't know what happened, but this morning you didn't do well. Or this morning you didn't greet me as usual. You didn't hug me, you didn't peck me, you just went to work. What happened? Can you tell me? I'm not accusing you. I just want to know if there's any problem. Maybe I'll be able to offer a help. It's far better than keeping quiet, assuming they're going through something, expecting them to be fine with time. They may not be fine with time. Rather, the relationship might suffer and you may regret it. So, I've already talked about how you can handle them. Address it early and clearly. Let your partner know communication is important to you. Ask them, what are you going through? I need to know, for the fact that this is my position in this relationship. I need to know. let me know. Even if it's in the workplace that you observe some things you don't like, call the staff. Communication. Ask them. Maybe they miss work, or even, let me even use this as an example. This Sparks Hub as example. I speak every Wednesday on Spark Hub. The last week, I normally, if I won't be there on time, I normally send message to President Fares. I will call him and I'll shout him. I tell you, oh, I'm on the way. I traveled. I'm on the way. I'm held by hold up. I can't get home. I just thought I should let you know you can start so that I join later, or I won't even appear at all. I normally do it. Then last week, I didn't even do any of those because I was down with sickness. I was lying down for the whole day. You understand? When I woke up around 2, I was like, if I sleep again now, I'll be able to wake up 4, and then I will start this program. I will see if I can get strength to host this, to speak on this genuine love revolution. But unfortunately for me, I woke up around 6 or around 5 something. So, but when I went to my WhatsApp to write Colossian Friends, I already saw that he has called me and dropped a message if I was going to speak today or something. So I immediately told him that I'm not feeling fine. No. I thought I would be able to wake up to meet up with this thing, but unfortunately I slept off. I couldn't because of the medication I took and all that. So that was it. Communication. The same place, the same, even if it's in your organization, even if it's at home, try to be able to communicate. Communication means tell what you're going through. On the other part, even if they don't tell, try to find out. When you find out, try to fix things, try to handle. Don't assume you already know what the problem is. You might not know. And it could be a case of negligence if the case is not handled. Number 2, another red flag that we used to ignore for peace to reign, which is not good, is disrespect, especially when it's disguised as jokes or anger. Yes. In fact, I have come across a couple that say this normal. Like, when they're joking, they curse themselves. You'd be like, you are a fool. There is, how will I even put it? There's a way you can say it and it will be a joke, but this will be a kind of outright verbal abuse. Be calling on themselves, extending words practically. So when I confronted, it was actually the lady very much later. So she was like, don't mind us. Because truly, tomorrow they're fine. Not even tomorrow, that same evening. After exchange of words, the verbal abuse and every other thing, I felt it was too much, that they shouldn't have gone to that extent. But hours later, they were fine with it. So I was asking the lady. She was like, so many homes are like this. Are you trying to tell me you've not seen people? Yes, I have seen, no, but maybe I'm not close to them, but I'm close to you guys. That's what I want to find out if these same guys are doing. You find it as being good or proper, because to me, it's not. It's not. We don't do it in my home. We don't curse ourselves. We can get angry. We can have issues. We can even, we can have issues. We can talk, but we don't abuse ourselves. It's a standard. So I asked her. So she was like, forget it. This is how we joke. Oh, don't mind us. We are fine. And tomorrow they are fine. However, I talked to her. I told her that I don't really feel this is right. Even if you guys have been doing it and other people are doing it for some time now, try to correct it. That you are doing something and over time and it seems to be working for you. It doesn't make it right. Once it's wrong, it's wrong. It just takes one day for a fight to start. One day. Maybe from the same verbal abuse. Every day you guys are exchanging similar one, and tomorrow you imported the one that they don't understand or the one that they don't expect. And fight will start. With that, you don't know how far you guys are going to go with it. So, disrespect, disguised as jokes or anger is a red flag. Whether it's a joke, when you're insulted, find a way to make your partner know that you don't like it, so that it doesn't appear next time. Then if you are the one that said it and you are told, try to pick it. Yes, there's always limit and extent to everything. Yeah. Then, if you decide to ignore it for peace to reign, okay, you cost me, I cost you back, and you guys continue that way. I'm so afraid it doesn't end well. Yes, it might work for some time, but it takes just one day for the worst to happen. And both of you are going to regret it. That's if you leave to realize your mistakes. So the next one is lack of accountability. Sorry to say this, disrespect is not only in the marriage. I'm sorry I used only marriage example. In your workplace, it also happens. Disrespect. Understand? If you are the chairman of the organization, if you are the CEO, if you are the leader, if you are the head, if you are the manager, whatever position you occupy, there is respect that you deserve. It's not only when you are within the executive position, even if you are a cleaner in an organization, there is respect you deserve. So whenever people trample on it, whether deliberately or non-deliberately, whether seriously or jokingly, try to let them know. Communicate with them. Let them know that I don't like this. Please, I would prefer you don't use it again for me. I prefer you don't do it again. In that case, some people are going to pick offense, but it doesn't matter. Let them pick offense. You have passed your message. Most of them, in fact, majority of them will use it again for you. Then few that will use it again, you are going to devise another means, if possible, especially in organization. Since you guys are working different, doing different, playing different roles in the organization, you can distance yourself for a time to regain your respect. Maybe it's because you guys are too playing, too joking that brought about the whole thing. So there are other ways you can handle it. But first of all, don't let it slide, because it can only get worse. You keep quiet now, the next time it's going to happen, it might happen double. It might get to a point where you can't hold it again, and then you burst out, which might result to even physical conflict. You don't know. Yes. So correct it immediately. Don't normalize disrespect. Something in you is telling you I don't feel okay. That's why it's disrespect. So if you normalize it, you cannot still turn that thing inside you that is saying this disrespect to also normalize it. You can't. You're going to, fall out. You're going to, there's a time you're going to reach, you're going to handle them again. So it's better you start from the one to correct it. Try to tell them what they did wrong, and then help them stop it. Number 3, lack of accountability. Lack of accountability. Yeah, I don't know if you have seen people that don't admit fault. They always blame you or others. Instead of saying, oh, I'm so sorry I couldn't meet up with this, they will tell you, oh, it's because you did this that made me not to meet up with this. It's because you did that that made me not to meet up with that. There are people like that. But I believe it's immaturity, because maturity helps you understand that you can be wrong, you can be right. You can offend people. You are not an island. You are not perfect. There are things you do that people will not like. And no matter how good you think you look, there are people that will not like you. There are people that will not attract. So it's maturity that will tell you all that. So be accountable. If you are wrong, admit that you are wrong. Yes. Don't ignore it in your relationship. Don't ignore it in your workplace. Don't ignore it in your church. Don't ignore it in your society. We are building a good society. So things have to be right. For peace to reign, you have to fight off every single thing that will fight off that peace. Fight off every single thing that will fight that peace. That's how to do it. For me to be in peace with you, I must like what you do. Yes, I must be okay with you. If I am just ignoring things you do that I don't like, physically, we are fine. But deep down within me, I'm not happy with you. Just a matter of time before you choose. And it might show in a place that it can be corrected again or nothing can be done. So be accountable. If your partner is not accountable, let them be. Help them to become. Some people are like that. Yes, give them reasons to be accountable. If they do something, there are some, I think I've talked about it before. Some ladies I attended to in the past that say that, why is it that men don't apologize in relationship? They don't apologize in marriage. They have many ego and this thing and that time. I said, no, don't ever work with that mentality. In fact, immediately you start believing it, you're already fanning that mentality in your partner. Men apologize. Maybe you're not the one they can apologize to. They are. The day you're going to see them kneeling down to apologize, they're going to be shocked. They apologize. Try to fix things from your own end. Don't generalize it. Help your partner. If they don't admit that they are wrong, bring evidence. I'm sure if they are sensible, maybe like you, if they see evidence, they will have to agree. Yes, in the law court, it's all about proofs, evidence. Proofs, evidence is not just what you think and say with your mouth that you cannot even defend. So, number 5, which is the last, controlling or manipulative behavior. Controlling and manipulative behavior. Yes, you see that this person is controlling you and manipulating you. You know, they try to control your choices, isolate you from others, you trip you, or make everything about them. They don't even factor you in that relationship. They don't even factor you in that workplace, despite your effort. Don't ignore it. Bring the matter to the table with your fact and evidence. In fact, like the last place I spoke during the last weekend, it was a group of men. I was telling them that the fact that the reason why they fail most times when they're bringing up argument in relationship is that they don't have their facts. They don't have their facts. They don't have their facts and figures. Yes, the way to present a case in your relationship is not by talking, it's not by shouting, it's not by trying to punch somebody to prove yourself. No, arrange your facts. Make it clear. I'm not saying you should start recording in a book. Arrange your facts so that who you're talking to will have no point regarding that when the case comes up. At least help them to understand. Yes. You're making this whole thing about you. It shouldn't be. We are at least 2 in this. If you have a family, it's no longer 2. You have a kid like me, we have children. It's not just about you and your wife again. It's about the kids as well. It's about the house help, if you guys have. It's about other relations that live with you. Even in the workplace, it's not just about you as the owner. It's about the manager. It's about the receptionist. It's about the accountant. It's about every single person working in that place. So if they make it all about them, draw their attention to it because it will spoil things. Any day that for a team to be effective, everybody must be included, must be factored in decision making, in everything. Immediately you see one person feeling neglected, forget it. Things have started going wrong already. So in your relationship, draw the attention of your partner. See, you're making this look like it's yours. So maybe if it's yours, let me remove my hand. It will help them to come back. It will be like a regulation. They might not know. They might not know. Yes, there are people like that. They might not know that they are already controlling the situation and manipulating the situation. They don't know. But if you tell them, oh, see, you said this is how it's gonna be. I didn't make any input. You said this is how it's gonna be. I'm not making any input. You ask yourself how I'm going to do this if I'm not included, or how this is going to play out with me. You're not the only one here. There must be a balance. I must have a role. If I have a role, I must give in a time to do my role. It must fit into my own schedule too. So all these are the things we used to ignore. And bottom line is that they all end up generating our relationships. Whether in our workplace, whether in dating or in marriage, it ends up generating it. And the truth is that the time you start hearing divorce, things have gone wrong. Has gone wrong so bad before you start hearing it. Which means you didn't observe it when it started. You didn't even observe it when it was rising. until it got to be big. And in most cases, you can't resolve the case again at that point. People have made up their mind. Yes. So the best time is now. Every single thing you don't understand, you don't feel okay with, communication. Communication is actually the let me say, the hallmark of handling this. Speak your mind. Allow whoever you have the business with to also speak their mind. Accommodate them. Yes. It's very, very important. Finally, or in conclusion, peace. You enjoy both in relationship, in your workplace, in your church, anywhere. Peace is not the absence of conflict. It is the presence of truth, respect, and understanding. Yes. Inside peace, there may be conflict. People that are living, husband and wife, that are living very well. It doesn't mean they don't have some exchange of words. They do. It doesn't mean they don't disagree. They disagree. You can't even disagree up to them. They do. But at the end of the day, they come to agreement because there is truth, there is respect, there is understanding. So if you keep ignoring red flags just to avoid problems, you may end up in a relationship that looks peaceful outside, but it is broken inside. Deal with issues early, communicate clearly, and never trade your emotion or well-being for temporary peace. Thank you very much and have a wonderful evening.
Wow, 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 amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank you very, very much for that wonderful presentation. Kindness and genuine love revolution. You know, you have spit out value, strong value. I think a lot of people will have benefited from this great value today. Thank you, Professor Cypran Nwankwo. Thank you very, very much for that wonderful, message. The message resonated, and I want to, first of all, congratulate you. Thanks God for your perfect healing. And again, I want to congratulate you because very soon we are going to be, this program will be part of the program where we are presenting it to the national orientation so that the government can sponsor it on radio and TV. So we are working on that. Again, there are some low-hanging fruits, that is coming into the global clusters. You being one of the people that pioneer members of the global clusters, you need to know this, and you need to seriously champion the movement, inform the who is who. We have some solutions for the government. You are supposed to be dealing with the governor of that state that you are inside. You have a solution on energy to them, Remedy Earth. I'm going to be forwarding the document to you now, and then make sure that it gets to the who is who in Enugu State in terms of energy, in terms of, the people that can actually take the bull by the horn. So the people that can act on it, you need to get across to them. And you need to let them know, thank God you have an office there. So you need to let them understand that that office is for nation building, and we will need to replicate in every of the local governments equally. So that is really very important. Number two is that you need all the association of farmers in Enugu State. You need to reach out to them on the organic fertilizer, on the organic fertilizer. We need a sole distributorship in Enugu State, in all the state of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and we're going to be building a plant. So all this work has to be, synchronized, and you being the person You are like the eye of the global clusters in Enugu and part of the technical team in the southeast. So there is a need for you to actually make sure. All right, there is a need for you to actually ensure that you take this by the on. I'm going to be sending you something that talks about everything that we're doing, and again, the 1 billion digital literacy in Africa, that is a 7 million, 1 million in Enugu State. You need to champion. I know you have created a group for that, and step needs to be taken. Volunteers need to be called out to volunteer, and schools need to be, you need to start talking to NAPS, you need to start talking to all the tutorial centers and all of that. And again, there is something called Serve Up. It's like Fiverr. And we have it in the global clusters now. It's on Play Store, it's on Apple. It's already on Apple, it's already where people can put their product and services. No, services. It's really strictly for services. You can call your artisan and can track them. They can come and work in your house. So you need to look for someone that will become the 001. On all of these things I've mentioned, which I'm sending to you, the digital literacy, you need to get someone over there to champion it. Then the project ARE in Enugu State, we want a situation that in every of the local government are going to have their own farmland. You understand? And in each ward, they are going to create cluster of farmers in each ward. We're going to send the youth over there. So you need to kickstart that. Any documents you need to show and anything will definitely support you from the headquarters. Then the Green World Organic Fertilizer, you need to get a sole distributor. If you need any information on that too, you understand, you need a sole distributor, someone that will be like the 001. The person must have a purchasing power. Maybe it might be the one that is selling to them already in this thing. So you need to use the AI to Google to search for the people that are involved in that. Then the server, it must be a technical person. It must be somebody that is into solar, is into technical, whether someone that is top at repairing something and all of that. So the server is like Fiverr, and we need an 001 on that. Then the Remedy Earth, you need someone that is into energy, climate change. This Remedy Earth is going to be giving green energy. You understand? We give green energy, and all of these 5 things needs to kickstart in every state. And because we are from the East, if you find anyone that is so serious on pushing this movement, please share this with them. I believe we have product and services that people could take advantage of, and they could take very serious. So why I push from the top here, I hope that you call the who is who, and bring together technical team for your launch in Enugu State. Start planning your launch. You could plan towards May, you could plan towards any time. Let's plan a launch. That's pretty much like what we do. Remember, Art of Harmony. It's a book that we have. The community has proposed to distribute 1 billion copies for free in the whole of Africa, because anyone on the digital literacy, it will be part of the material that we will give out freely to everybody in the whole of Africa, which you will give us an authorization to print, and once you give us, then we'll pay you royalty for it. The community will definitely pay you royalty for the intellectual property. So having said that, things are looking up with the global clusters. The upgrade version of this, what we are using now, is coming soon. As a matter of fact, from next week, I'll start testing it for you to know that we're really working. The upgrade version of the main one too is coming, in such a way that when you want to come for meeting, all the going back and front, I believe that we're not really bad. Thank God. All of us know how Facebook started. It's not even as sophisticated as this when it started. You understand? So, and at less than 2 years old, I think we're not doing badly. As a matter of fact, we are overgrowing. But the leaders, they are overgrowing because looking at the things that we're doing, the kind of contract on organic, we are exclusive. All of this product I shared now is exclusive to the global clusters. These are our exclusive services and product that we're promoting and all of that. And it's huge. Is it the green energy? Is it the organic fertilizer? Is it the, so all of these things are very, very huge. I've just forwarded a brief of all of this to you, and so that you can take the bull by the horn. If you have any serious-minded people in the Southeast that is really, really serious about this, let us definitely reach out to them and let them take the bull by the horn. We're going to be creating 6 plants of the organic fertilizer, and the retail price is 90,000. It will be on our marketplace that people can buy. So guess what? When you get people to buy at 90,000, you earn as much as 20,000 on one, and that is it for you. You earn as much as 20,000. So if you have even the people that are involved and all of that, so you guys can actually share this. And this is, we are mentioning it here and all of that. So, and you can get the distributor and you can be the manager of that distributor. All association that links to farming and all of that, we don't want hunger in the land again, and we want to make sure that every land that we have are usable, and that is why we are going on a movement to ensure that the 774 local governments own their own farmland. So that I will be making noise on their head in the social media on all platforms, and to make sure that they know this. Kindness and genuine love revolution is not a spectator call. Is an integral part of life, and is something that everyone should be part of. It marvels me that we have in one of our WhatsApp group, we have over 1,000 people, and they don't come for training. And I now know why we are still underdeveloped. You understand? The reason why we are underdeveloped now, I now understand it, that it's a lot of work for me. Online now on the Global Clusters group, one of the group on WhatsApp, we have 63 people online. 63 people, and they are saying, oh, kindly join us for great value. Use the link to do. Kindly join us. All of these things, we are getting great value here. Join us. They are seeing all of those things, and they are not doing anything about it. Now, we are here now, if they see us tomorrow in a private jet, they'll say, maybe they did something. What do? We pay attention to lecture. We are learning. You cannot compare somebody that did not attend this lecture today now to someone that attended this lecture. It's not, they cannot be compared. You cannot compare them. So I want to urge everyone listening to me right now that, you see, when you are coming to this, to something like this, bring in your friends. Tell them, will you join me in the kindness and genuine love, tomorrow or next week? Next week, every Wednesday, we have this. Now, then after this, tomorrow is Project ARE by 12. We have shared the timetable many times. We have done this many times. Is it until you now see it that the government is adopting it? That's when you now say, this true, these people said so, and all of that. Everybody is now calling us. They are now calling us to speak. They're now calling him to speak. People don't see this man when he was speaking to one person. With the time he was speaking to himself, he was just training. He started the training. I've watched a program where Prosper Cypra was talking absolutely to himself, believing that it's recorded and people can watch it later on. You understand? So he was speaking to himself, and most people did not see that time. Now, tomorrow, if they say, who is the person that is anchoring Genuine Love Revolution, the anchor person, they want to see you as CNN. What gave back to this thing? How did it happen? You understand? You now say this, that. The guy that used to do Governor Amunike, they invited him now to channels. And he was saying his story. He was saying that, these channels that they refused to employ me, now they called me. because he has gained attention. You understand? They now called him to interview him as a special guest. Said there was a time he was trying to do this, he was trying to do that, but so just know that the time is coming. All this 001, genuine love, kindness and genuine love will have it TOWA in every state. TOWA, I-RISE. It's not it will have different departments solving different kind of problems. It will have different career paths. You will see different departments that they will be solving different problems in the society. And you will now see that at a time is coming when you want to get job anywhere, they will tell you that we want to see your certificate in patience. We want to see your certificate in patience. We want to see your certificate in love. We want to know whether you actually pass love, whether you pass love, or you pass this thing. We want to see your certificate in love for your environment. Different kind of career path will be coming out of this, and you will know that this is not something that anyone should joke with. So, having said that, I want people to add their voice. Let's call 002 Certificate Revolution in the person of Cluster Olukayode Oyedotun. What's your take on today's genuine love revolution? All right, thank you very much for that wonderful contribution. Let's hear from Sparky Philip Oloyede. What's your take on today's genuine love revolution?
Yeah, good evening, sir. Good evening to the global president. Good evening to everyone. Good evening to our ABO82. Well done, sir. God bless you. Thank you for imparting knowledge to us this evening. Genuine Love Revolution is a very good revolution, and every time I'm opportunity to join, at least I'll be able to pick one or two things, and something will even still come to me as a reminder that, oh, I hope you are still checking yourself. I hope you are still doing this. You know, like from what he has talked of this evening, he just sum everything up to the fact that whatever good things that we are doing, whatever anything that we are doing, we should be intentional about it. We should not just do anything with levity and just carelessness. If we want to show love to somebody, either by word of advice or by gifting the person or by support, whether financially or whichever way, we should be intentional about it. We should not just do it, just let me just do it. So whenever we are having any conversation or anything that we are doing, we should just be intentional about the whole thing. And that's one of the things that we need people to say, why he said that we should not ignore red flag and all those things. So if we are intentional about everything that we are doing, even if we are in church, we are in mosque, we are praying, we have to be intentional. If you don't want to pray, don't pray. If you want to pray, pray. You know, sometimes some people will, like, somebody just give a beautiful speech and they ask you to clap for the person. If you want to clap that hands very well. Not that it just be, people don't even know if they are clapping or they are not. So that's just my take, that anything that we are doing, we should be intentional. Then we should not make bad behavior an habit. So it still goes down to one, being intentional about good things. Because some people are even doing bad things intentionally. But then we should be intentional about doing good things, doing what is right and doing it right the way it ought to be done. So that is my take for today's Genuine Love Revolution. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Sparky Oleyede. Thank you for that wonderful contribution. Let's hear from Sparky Emmanuel Cecilia. What's your take on today's Genuine Love Revolution? Sparky Cecilia. Emmanuel. Sparky. Oh, grand entrance of our great clusterian identity. You're welcome, ma'am. You're welcome to Kindness and Genuine Love Revolution. Sparky Emmanuel, are you there? Unmute yourself and add your voice. Clusterian Olukayode Oyedotun, please kindly drop the link for this in the WhatsApp group and everywhere so that they can rewatch. So what? I want to appreciate everyone for coming by. Clusterian, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's the end of the show. I want to say this again. Every Clusterian and every Sparky, don't joke with the opportunity on the table. There's an opportunity on the table, don't joke with it. This opportunity landed in your hand first. A lot of people are outside. They don't come for this meeting. But when they hear this opportunity, they are running with it as if their life depends on it. Don't let it be that people outside will be benefiting. I've mentioned 5 major things right now that the Global Cluster is currently doing. The 1 billion digital literacy. Who do you know that should take part in it? You can pick. You are a potential BDM to guide people through the process. Ensure you put at least 5 to 10 people into the community every day and guide them through the digital literacy. And at the end of the day, when they qualify for the advanced digital literacy, you earn money, 10K per person. So it's a low-hanging fruit. Do you know anyone in your area that is a philanthropist? Let's give you a letter. Go and give it to them. Your potential earning on one person that the person sponsor is 33,000. There's less 5% platform charge. You'll be the one to monetize them. They are low-hanging fruit in everything. You see the project ARE. Take letters to the commissioner for agri. Take it to the governor. Essay to the governor on agriculture. Tell them that the global cluster is ready to establish, cluster of farmers in every local government. Every local government should have their own farm. Then take the organic fertilizer serious. Look for someone that can be the sole distributor in your community, in your state. Look for someone. You understand? Just back, Emmanuel, we have to talk on all of the things you have to do, the letters you have to take out and all of that. So, as to all these things that I'm mentioning. So look at that. Then, look at several. Someone that is into solar, that is into repairs, is a top person. Let them champion the serve up in your state, in your community. You understand? Then look at the Remedy Earth Green Energy. There's power problem everywhere. Reach out to someone that you know, that knows somebody in power, in energy, in PHCN. Thank you very much. Having said that, I want to wrap up by saying, who are we? We are a consortium of professionals or aspiring professionals, technocrats or aspiring technocrats, entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, where we share accurate knowledge of our industry. Why? Because it gives us the right power, accurate information, because that is the bridge between where we are and where we ought to be. Accurate connection, because to whom you are connected to determine what to collect. We're not just a social media platform with a marketplace with the best monetization on earth. We are the first nation building social media platform on earth. And it's proudly Nigeria, proudly Africa to the world. To join us is free. You can see we offer value every day. Every day there is value. Every day there is value. You can see what we have been doing. We have been getting value. You cannot be part of this organization and not do well. You understand? You cannot be part of what we're doing here and not do well. So we want you to take the bull by the horn, take advantage of all the opportunities we have in the community, empower yourself, empower your friends, empower your community. Thank you. See you tomorrow by 12 o'clock. Tomorrow is very, very loaded. 12, 5, and 8. 12 o'clock, 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. 12 o'clock is Project ARE. 5 o'clock is Accurate Knowledge and Information Revolution. And 8 o'clock is Swift Take Action Up. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.